function of brake is to decelerate the vehicle as and when required. So the function of brake is to develop a suitable retarding force to stop the vehicle within a minimum possible distance. Okay. So what happens here? See, the vehicle will be having higher kinetic energy. This kinetic energy will be dissipated in the form of heat in the brake drum and disc, okay, depending on the type of brake which you are using. Okay. So the function of the brakes is to develop retarding force to stop the vehicle within a minimum possible distance. That is the main function of the brake. So to perform the above function, that is to decelerate the vehicle within a minimum possible distance, the brake system requires certain minimum requirements. So out of that, the 9 important requirements I have listed here. You can see the first one is irrespective of vehicle speed and load, what type of road it is, the brakes must perform maximum possible retarding force. Correct? See, if the vehicle is completely loaded, the brake should be almost same. Even if it is unloaded, it should be of same intensity. Okay, it should not vary with respect to load on the vehicle. It should not vary with respect to type of road. In a smooth highway, the brake intensity might be high. In a rough road, it should not be low. Okay, so this is one of the major design requirement. Irrespective of the vehicle speed, irrespective of the vehicle load, irrespective of the type of road, the brake should give out maximum possible deceleration. Okay. The second important requirement is irrespective of road condition and the load, the pedaling effort should be the same. You can just make a note of certain vehicles, modern vehicles of these days. Okay. See, if it is completely loaded with 8 people, say for example, we are using a multi-utility vehicle. If it is of 8 people, it should be the same amount of effort. If it is a single, only driver is driving, the effort should be same. Correct? So when the load increases, the effort should not increase for braking. So this is the primary condition. In very old vehicles, there was a issue of it. At higher loads, braking was less effective. Not only being less effective, more amount of effort by the driver was required to stop the vehicle. Sorry. The response time of braking should be as minimum as possible. This is the most basic criteria in these days. Okay. If you ask why, almost all vehicles are of high speed, minimum of 80 to 100 kilometer, even a two-wheeler can run. Not like olden days moped 50cc, 60cc vehicles, wherein maximum speed was 40 or 50. Okay. So all are high speed vehicles. So irrespective of the condition, it should act immediately in case of emergencies. The brake must have good anti-fade characteristics. What do you mean by anti-fading? Okay, the brake effectiveness should not decrease due to prolonged application. Okay, so what happens? You are like driving at certain rate for 300 or 400 kilometers continuously, non-stop. Okay, after a certain period of time, the brake drum gets definitely heated up because there will be frequent braking. So even though the brake drum is heated up, its efficiency should not decrease. Okay, there should be some efficient cooling mechanism. In a long drive, suddenly if the brake becomes lower, what happens? Then you have to stop the vehicle for half an hour or 45 minutes, let the drum to get cool, then you have to start. If it is not having good anti-fade characteristics. Okay, so that should not be there. Next, fifth one. In an emergency, the brake must be strong enough to stop the vehicle. In the meantime, driver must have proper control over the vehicle. What do you mean by control? The vehicle should not topple or the vehicle should not skid. When you apply the brake, it has to stop. This is one of the basic requirement. See, this fifth point will be met only in certain vehicles which has anti-lock brake systems, ABS and EBD, electronic brake distribution we call it as. Okay, if you just refer the manual of recent cars, most of the cars have ABS. Okay, whereas little bit higher end cars will have electronic brake distribution, EBD. Okay, so that I'll explain at some point of time later in this module what is the importance of it. Only if the vehicle is having that ABS and EBD option.
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
1 second, please. 1 second.
Sir, voice break ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ sir.
1 ನಿಮಿಷನಪ್ಪ.
Sir, voice break ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ sir.
ಇರಪ್ಪ ಒಂದ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸ್ವಿಚಿಂಗ್ ಓವರ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್. ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಓವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Now is it clear?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
Okay. So the vehicle should have these two properties. One is ABS, anti-lock braking system, and second is the EPD, electronic brake distribution. Okay. So then only the driver will have complete control over the vehicle. You just browse some of the brochures of various company vehicles. In some of the vehicles, these parameters will be there. In low-end cars, you cannot find this. Okay. Sometimes you see in road accidents, even though brake has been applied, the vehicle will skid. The black color mark of the tire will be there on the road. That will be there only if these safety features are not there in the vehicle. Okay. So the sixth point is the brake system should not get affected by water, dust, road grit, etc. So this, if you have seen the Maruti Omni, okay, that vehicle earlier I had it. Whenever there is heavy rain, you cannot go at a higher speed because brake effectiveness will reduce when the water falls onto the drum. Okay. So that was the earlier vehicle problem. Now it's all disc mechanism. Irrespective of rain, it can work comfortably. Okay. Seventh point is the braking system should be as light as possible, easy to maintain, and it should give a long and economical life. Okay. Every now and then you need not change the brake pads. Okay. Then only, because brake pads in high-end vehicles cost 3,000 to 4,000 rupees. If you need to change it for every service, say every 10,000 kilometers, the service cost will go high. So the material used in the pad should be such that it should it should last for a long time. Yeah. It should produce lesser noise and vibrations. And the last point is it should facilitate the use of independent secondary brake and parking brake. Okay. So parking brake is a definite add-on. Almost every vehicle has independent secondary brakes will be there in some of the vehicles. So we can call these 9 points as the primary design considerations for a braking system, or the requirements of a braking system. Both mean the same. So these are the 9 important points to be considered for designing, and these should be the properties of a braking system. Okay. Just I'll give you 2 minutes, make a rough note. How you remember this is left to you. Okay, because usually 10 to 12 marks question it is primary design considerations. For 10 marks, at least 6 out of 9 points you should be able to write. HOD sir, class is at 11:55. Okay. Shall we move further?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Types of brakes. See, brakes can be classified based on uh, 4 criteria. One is purpose, what for we are using. Purpose in the sense it may be secondary brakes or primary brakes. Secondary means parking brakes. Okay. Location where we are using, construction of the braking mechanism, actuation method, and braking effort. Based on these criteria, okay, braking system is classified. We will discuss one after the other. First one is based on the purpose. Okay. So based on the purpose, the braking system is classified as primary and secondary braking system. So primary brakes are the service or main brakes which are required during the driving of the vehicle. Okay, the pedal, whatever we see, okay, very next to the clutch, they are the primary brakes. Secondary brakes are the parking brakes which are used to hold the vehicle in a slope. Okay, so the next question arises is when we switch off the vehicle in a gear, it cannot move obviously, but sometimes due to bad luck, suddenly the transmission system fails. And if it is an old vehicle, then the secondary brakes are used as a safety measure. If secondary brakes are engaged, then the vehicle cannot come back. If it is parked in a very much higher slope. Okay. So the very first method of classification is based on the purpose. Based on the purpose, it is classified as primary and secondary brakes. Based on the location, okay, based on the location, transmission brakes and wheel brakes. See, transmission brakes means there will be a rod-like structure which will be placed very near to the gear lever. In some of the high-end vehicles, you can see, if you just apply it, the vehicle cannot be theft, even though if the glass is broken. Okay. So whatever may be the case, even the vehicle cannot be towed also. It should be only lifted through a crane and it can be moved. Okay. So they are called as transmission brake. See, if you apply this transmission brake, if you engage this transmission brake, what happens is the transmission system will not pass on the power to the wheels at any cost. Okay. So this is necessarily an additional attachment. Okay. Even though aftermarket fitting, okay, heat dissipation is efficient, okay, in transmission brake, or we can equally divide the braking torque. So wheel brakes and transmission brakes based on the location where it is kept. Based on the construction, here comes the important point: drum brakes and disc brakes. See, drum is relatively a little bit older mechanism. Disc is a comparatively modern mechanism. So depending on the construction, brakes are classified into disc, drum, or air brakes. Okay, in higher trucks, pneumatic system will be used, whereas whatever cars we drive, they are all hydraulic brakes. They work on brake oil, but pneumatic works on compressed air. Large vehicles usually work on air brakes, whereas relatively smaller vehicles like cars work on hydraulic brakes. So this drum and disc brakes we will be studying in detail in the upcoming slides. Okay. So based on the method of actuation, as I told you, air brakes, hydraulic, mechanical, etc. But predominantly used are hydraulic and pneumatic brakes only. So okay. Mechanical in the sense, in older cycles you might have seen, by just pressing a lever, okay, a small brake pad will be there. It will go and hold the wheel, so that because of friction, the wheel gets stopped. Hydraulic is somewhat the actuation. When you press the pedal, the actuation energy is converted to the fluid energy. That fluid will pump and actuate the valves. Pneumatic is operated by the compressed air. In a truck, if you see, air tank will be there. In car, it will not be there. If you ask why, because they are pneumatic brake systems. Okay. So based on the method of actuation, predominantly they are classified as mechanical, hydraulic, and air brakes. Based on the extra braking, servo assisted and power assisted brakes. So this also we will be studying in the upcoming.
Sir, on question ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ sir?
Yes, please.
ಸರ್, ಇವಾಗ ಹೈ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್, ದೊಡ್ಡ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನ್ಯೂಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಲಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕಂಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಲಿಕ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಲಿಕ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಪವರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ.
Their efficiency ಗಿಂತ, if you want to maintain a hydraulic brake system for a truck, just imagine what should be the quantity of oil that you have to store with a loaded truck. See, air you can store it as a compressed one. Same volume of oil you cannot compress. You should have a huge tank, huge pumping mechanism. So okay, that is the main issue. So the braking mechanism becomes complex and costlier. So what happens if you want more amount of force? Yeah, you can store more amount of compressed air in a small tank. When it is released, obviously you will get. In the mechanism of pneumatic braking and hydraulic braking, we will study the circuit. Okay. For such a high load and heavy vehicle, if you are planning a hydraulic brake, actually the component sizes will be increased. That's all. Cost will go up, maintenance will go up, huge amount of effort in braking is also required.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So this is about the classification of braking. Just you can make a note of only the headings here, primary, secondary. Explanation you can take down later. I'll circulate the notes. Assignment barita idre, I have started writing.
Yes, sir.
Good. I think you all know how to upload the assignment in MS Teams.
Yes, sir. Already 2-3 we have uploaded, sir.
No issues, no? You don't have any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Based on location, transmission and wheel brakes. Next, based on construction, take down drum and disc, method of actuation, braking efforts.